All right, beautiful people. Welcome back to another amazing and impactful episode of the Truvel Forever podcast, where we try to live our best life through the lens of holistic health. I'm your host, Truvel, creator of Black Wall Street, the board game. And as usual, I have with me the amazing, the pearl-rific, the curl-rific, Mrs. Hips Don't Lie herself.
Hey.
Please introduce yourself.
What's up, party people? My name is Sinclair, aka
The
Health Nerd. And we're here on a lovely Saturday afternoon with our friends to join us.
Yes,
yes, our first live guests. So we're excited to get into this today. We got some really good things to talk about today.
We do. Hopefully it won't go too long. But if it does, who cares? Hey, let's go. Part 1, part 2. So as usual, we're going to get into a little bit of a weekly check-in. We do have some amazing guests, so if y'all want to go ahead and do the check-in as well, feel free. But, Queen, how was your week? Oh, that's not a...
I'm not gonna lie. This was a rough week for me. Finishing up my MBA, kind of the final stretch here. So had a big marketing plan due and a lot of training and everything going on at work. So just a lot in a couple of days. I
So
felt like
you're not going to talk about how your MBA people were slacking and you had to do most of the work?
I wasn't going to go into all that detail.
Hey, tell the folks. Tell the folks, if you're in her MBA program and you were... I'm just kidding, but I'm not.
Group projects normally they go pretty well if everybody's doing their part, but in this particular instance, everybody was doing what they thought was their part. Mm-hmm. The issue was it wasn't actually what the assignment was. It was just super high level. Like it was like, oh, we're a company that sells bikes. And it's like, we're a graduate program, MBA. We have to get more detailed than that. We got to step it up. Mm-hmm. So it was just stressful of like reading the parts from the other members of like, I can't put my name on this. So it took a little bit of harping on like, okay, no, we need to get more granular here. We need to actually have some data here in this report. That was a little bit stressful. But after that was done, the rest of the week was a little bit better. It was it was a rough week. Slight mental breakdown about Wednesday, but we're here. We're better. Mm-hmm. Release some of that energy, and we're stronger and better for it. So
yes, we are, because we are getting our MBA. Not just her. It's a team sport.
We'll write your name in there. And Dylan Walker.
Please do. Yeah. I'll breeze through my week. It was a pretty solid week. Planted some good seeds, not real seeds. Y'all know I can't plant nothing for real, but business seeds were planted, watered a little bit, and excited to see what they grow into. So y'all stay tuned for what's coming. But we're gonna go ahead and get into the episode. All right, ready? So this week we have with us some friends, some families that we've known for almost 10 years.
Oh my God.
We're old, y'all. Yeah. So can y'all please help me welcome the founders, creators, CEOs, the love behind Pawfect Dog Barkery. We got
Barkery.
Barkery.
There you go. It's a cat.
Branding. We got Ron Garcia in here in the house, and we have Shirley Estupinian.
Yes.
Ooh,
got it.
Come on.
Garcia in the making.
Oh, almost. Yep. But how's y'all week been?
Well, I'll start, I guess. Weeks are always busy, but blessed. Thankfully, working still full time, going to school, trying to get into a master's program for nursing. So that's been the struggle and the motivation. And on top of that, being a dog mom of 4, always a handful, but good work and work. Perfect. So good week overall. Just always tired, but it's normal.
Yeah.
Following Shirley, I think a good week too. I think just working, that's something that, even though it's stressful, I think it's needed though, especially in the line of field that I work in. I think it's needed, making sure that there's that we're there for our clients that I work with. I work as a therapist, so that's my passion, and now this is my second passion too. So getting there.
Pawfect.
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 All right. Where are you adding the W at the
Pawfect. So we have a lot that we can talk about in here for sure. We can talk about love, we can talk about Greek life, we can talk about business, entrepreneurship, talk about a lot of stuff. But I think the first step, we want to talk about the love first.
All right.
All right, we want to talk about there we go. So we were already kind of talking offline about it, and it seemed like an interesting story. So can y'all talk about how y'all met?
You want to start?
Actually, I don't remember, so maybe you should start.
Well, considering he doesn't remember, that leads to something. But we met at UC Davis, which we are all alumni at UC Davis grads. It was 2011. The three of us were freshmen. He was a junior, I think. But just through mutual friends, we introduced each other, and we were at a Greek party, but it was actually also his birthday, his 21st birthday. So we show up late and just to hang out with friends, and we met that night and we danced a little bit. And if we're gonna be specific, the first thing he said was, "Oh, I always wanted to meet a Colombian girl." So that was his pickup line.
It worked.
And he asked for my number at the end of the night. Didn't think he was gonna remember, but just went with the flow, and we became really good friends. We had, again, mutual friends, so we would see each other. We played soccer on IM teams, and started studying together. And
like studying, or that like
actually studying. He kept me on check, which was a big thing. Yes,
older, wiser.
And because he was in Greek life and I wasn't, there were a lot of weird things that I didn't understand back then. So it was interesting to learn from him. And slowly, just after the holidays is really when we kind of bonded, and he officially asked me to be his girlfriend in March. So it was a couple months later, like 5-6 months. So just been growing and loving each other and supporting each other since then. So very grateful to have found someone so early. Of course, not everyone finds love that early. So very grateful. But that's our love story.
Well, she kind of answered everything, I think, but I think just to add is just being able to connect with her. I think that's really important. In regards to our culture, our faith, I think that's really, really key. Being able to go to church, being able to pray together, I think that was really helpful for us. Even to this point, I think that's something that we try to, even though we can't do it every day, we try to at least include it as much as we can. Especially when with times that we can't really attend church, we at least try to join online, a service, and do our ritual stuff. That's been something that's been key in our journey right now, before marriage.
Love it.
Love it. I'm curious now because I've seen pictures, but I don't know the story behind the proposal.
Proposal.
Yes.
It was 2018, 17. I can't remember, sorry.
All the words.
It's all a blur. And we decided to plan a trip to Colombia to visit my family, and he had never been to Colombia, and it was 8 years that I hadn't been, so it was overdue. And we went right after finals for me. I was taking physiology, so I was ready for a break. And we just went, and he met all of my family. He had everything planned out, apparently. He had asked my mom for permission during Thanksgiving break, so he had it all planned out, and I was just going because I was ready for a trip. And we were in Cartagena, which is more of the beach, coastal, touristy area. And he was supposed to have all my uncles there, but you know, there's something called aguardiente that's kind of like vodka in our country, you would say, or tequila. And we were partying. We were at the beach midday, and of course my uncles had fun, and they all fell asleep, and nobody showed up except my cousin, who was a photographer. But we went to this castle that's a main staple touristy location. That's ruins from wars back in the day. And that's where he decided to propose. There's a big Colombian flag there with the sunset view and the beach view, and he had a
musician that found out while we were walking there. He played the trumpet.
He was playing the
You
trumpet.
just like, hey,
I was in charge for a song.
Wow.
And he started playing this song called Cásate Conmigo, which is Marry Me in Spanish. And we were just taking pictures. That's kind of the way he got me to get next to him. And he just popped the question, and voila.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You forgot the time that you said that you blacked out.
Oh yeah,
For a
I
couple
blacked
seconds.
out when he asked.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember. I remember him asking, "Will you marry me?" But everything just went blank after
is
that.
that a shock? Just
Out of shock. I just because I
Wow.
wasn't expecting it at all. I mean, we had always talked about getting engaged and always saying we would get engaged or get married when I was in my nursing program. So for me, I thought always like, oh, you know, we want to be established or, you know, economically established before. But he was ready. When the man decides, you know, he's ready.
Right.
I mean, sometimes you have to go with different plans sometimes. And
Yeah.
I guess instead of being economically established, I guess we can work together to be economically
and build
There you
this
go.
empire,
Yes.
which is a perfect segue to this empire that y'all are building in. I'm gonna keep saying Pawfect. Pawfect. Can you talk about like the idea behind starting this company about health, food, bakery, barkery for your dogs or for everybody's dogs?
Yeah. I think it started with COVID just, of course, taking a toll on everyone. For me personally, we were going to get married this year, and that took a big toll on me, being, you know, the bride. And so just kind of, I don't want to say depressed, but not having motivation, you know.
I feel like depression is not real during COVID. Like
Yeah.
you're not having like the hugs, the real people interaction that
Yeah.
you usually get. I'm a people person, so it's like
Yeah.
not being able to interact. So yeah, don't.
Social interaction, yes.
Yeah.
And we were at home one night really late. It was nighttime, and I was in the kitchen, and it just came to me. I asked him, hey, what if we started a dog bakery? Because we like to get birthday cakes for our dogs for their birthdays. But the closest one in our area was Anaheim Hills, which is still about 45 minutes away. And so thinking of that and thinking how much we love to spoil our dogs, I'm sure every dog parent likes to spoil their dogs. And since we didn't have a dog bakery in the near vicinity, it was just an idea. And I said, hey, what if we make our own dog treats? And then we can do dog cakes and cupcakes, which are pupcakes.
Cupcakes.
Cupcakes. And it just grew from that. And we kept talking about it. I brought it up to my friend at work. Oh, I'm thinking of starting a dog bakery. And we have a Ross where I work, like in the same plaza. I went to Ross, I kid you not, and I was just browsing around, wasn't going to buy anything, and I find this little dog bakery kit, like a starter kit.
Signs.
Right?
Signs.
Right.
And I told my friend, I ran back inside, I bought it, and I was like, look, we were just talking about it, and I bought it. It was $6.
Wow.
But it's kind of what got us started, and then we decided to make, you know, he kept pushing me like, we need to make samples. So I made some samples, and I brought them to my coworkers who had dogs, and they were thankfully, you know, willing to step into it with me and order our first few batches. And thankfully also, we want to give a huge shout out to our close friends who saw that we were going to start it and just say,
Go ahead,
hey,
shout
go
them
ahead
out.
and order it.
If you want to say their name, you can say their name.
There's too many and I don't want to forget anyone.
Touche.
Yes, but love to everyone who believed in us and helped us get started.
So, interesting question. How do dogs submit reviews for the bakeries? Like, you know, I'm thinking like as an owner, if I give this to my dog, how do I know that they like
That is the best reviews that we get, I think. It's just videos.
Yeah.
Videos, and we're able to share them through our Instagram page. And I think that is also something that we look forward to every time that we get an order. I think that's something that we can definitely, we see our work right there, and instead of customers, we got customers. Customers. And they're always letting us know if they like them or not. But you know, we had, like Shirley was saying, we had 4 dogs, and those right there are test takers. So we know it's gonna be good stuff,
Right.
because if our dogs like them, they're really picky eaters, and you know, if they like them, I know most of the dogs are gonna get them.
Yeah, there are taste testers for sure.
Yeah.
Coco, who's the dog mom of the other 3, she is very picky. So you know if she'll eat it, it's a good treat.
Nice.
But we really like to tailor to our customers and their parents, of course. Whatever ideas they bring to us, we like to take that, of course, into consideration. Ideas that they bring to us, or you know, they say, "Hey, I actually had a friend who said, you know, my dog has diabetes. You should make some treats that are specifically for dogs who have diabetes." And it takes a lot of research. It takes a lot of reading, and dog health is it's a whole new world. But it's very similar to human health. Really, they're like humans, but with 4 legs.
Wow.
And so things like that. So we had someone else who said, "Hey, do you think about doing CBD treats later on?" And said, "Definitely, it's an idea." Yes, actually, for dogs, it helps a lot with seizures. So there's a lot of ways to grow.
Human and dog health.
Yeah.
Right? Same thing with humans.
Very similar. So we definitely learn from our customers, as much as we hope to teach our clients, because through our page and through this empire that we're trying to build, we want to provide positivity. And that was a big thing as well. When I came up with the idea was, I want to do something that'll bring happiness or bring positivity to people, just like I needed something to bring me positivity during this time.
Love it.
So through health and through dogs, you know, pets that bring love is kind of the idea and the way it went. So
Love it.
Yes.
And you've been talking about your page. If people want to find out about you, order from you, learn from the health, where can they find you? On Instagram, on all that good stuff?
right now it's Instagram and through email. If you want to place orders, we take direct messaging, we take emails. We started off with just one platform because of me being in school and working full time. We can only do so much in 24 hours.
Yeah.
And he also works full time. So we decided, hey, let's dip our toes in, get started, and see how it goes. And if it's good, we can start other venues. So we hope to start an Etsy shop soon, selling on Etsy. We want to start our own website, of course. We are thinking of ideas for clothing.
Dog
so we have
clothing
a
or
lot
human
of,
clothing?
well, dog parents can show off and be proud of being dog parents. So we have a lot of cool ideas that we hope to bring out soon.